What's up, everyone? I am inside the A gym where the girls volleyball team just had their last practice of the season before they go to the state championship tomorrow. I'm joined by head coach Courtney Todesco. First of all, defending state champions, this is technically your second consecutive appearance. Tell me what that's like for your program.
I mean, it's surreal, honestly. It's such an amazing feeling. They started something so special in 2019. That was such a special group and such a powerful group. And I know the 2020 group was so eager to continue that. They were so motivated. They worked so hard in the off season, and they were definitely disappointed that they didn't have the chance to then fully repeat it then. Obviously, we had a 12-0 season then, so it's kind of like we did the best that we could with the situation we had. So it's just really cool now that these girls and this group is actually getting to kind of live that out and continue that. So I'm just so excited. It's surreal.
So you are playing Bay State Conference rival Newton North, which technically doesn't really happen in a state championship that often. So what is that like? How is it preparing for a team that you guys are so familiar with each other?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy. Like with the new all-state format, that's an outcome that we could be, playing a team that is in our own conference. It's crazy. It's not something I ever fully expected. They know so many of the girls on the team. Obviously, I know their coach really well. He's a great friend of mine. So it's kind of cool to have that camaraderie, amongst the competitiveness.
Talk to me a little bit more about the coach. He was Dave Powell's assistant coach. Obviously, he's helped you out. So he's been around Needham Volleyball for a while. So what is that like?
Yeah, I mean, he's such a great guy. Like, anyone who knows him just loves him. And, he coached the girls volleyball JV team for a year. Him and I have been coaching together on the boys side with Needham Boys Volleyball. And it's just fun. I mean, the volleyball community is a pretty small, tight-knit community, and a lot of people know a lot of people. So to kind of have that direct relationship with him is really cool. And, when he got the job at North, obviously we were all just so excited for him. So now it's coming full circle, and it's kind of crazy.
So obviously Needham and Newton North has a lot of history together. Can you pinpoint one memory that really just sticks out to you when you think about playing Newton North?
Yeah, one memory that really stands out to me was on that 2019 team. It was our senior night that year, and we had Newton North as our last home game, and Newton North obviously has been one of the volleyball powerhouses for years and years and decades, honestly. I mean, since I was in high school, I went to Newton South. We've always known about Newton North volleyball. And we had never beaten them prior to that, at least in my time coaching. And that 2019 senior night game at home, that was our first time beating them. And that, it was senior night, it was home, it was an undefeated regular season, and then went on to win the state title that year. So that memory really, really sticks out to me from the past.
So earlier this year, you obviously did play Newton North in the conference matchup. You won that game 3-1.
Yeah.
In a state championship game, atmosphere is so high, both teams are very talented. So what kind of mindset do you instill in your team?
Yeah, that's a great point. We obviously have talked about that. I went back and watched the film of that first game, and it was a great game, and I'm really proud of it. But, both teams are doing things differently. Both teams are different teams. And, we kind of had to think about that when we played even Concord Carlisle, because, we lost to them earlier this season. And I said, listen, when you get to this point in the season, wins, losses from prior games, they mean something, obviously, but they don't mean everything, because when teams hit playoffs, they, inevitably have changed things. They've changed defensive systems, they've moved players around, they're finding their groove. And so, yes, obviously I'm proud of the earlier, experience we had this season, but I kind of told the team, I'm like, doesn't really mean that much right now. Nothing, we have to go in and we have to treat this as its own unique game, have a chip on our shoulder, have that intensity, have that energy, and just go all in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go. Get some rest before the big game. Saturday noon in Wellesley, Needham taking on Newton North in state chip. Thank you so much for joining me, and good luck.
Thank you so much.